Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in to another Social Boom Tips and Tricks tutorial video. My name is Taylor Keene, and today we're going to talk about how to kickstart your productivity with my top 5 tips for starting your day as a marketing contractor or freelancer. Now, I know this is different than like our usual ad style tutorial, but I think it's just as important to talk about. When you're starting your day as a marketing contractor, there's a lot of things, and as a freelancer where you're like, oh, I have time for this. I can do this now, or I can do this tonight, and then all of a sudden you don't have those habits or those structures, whether it's based around an 8-hour workday or not. It's going to be really hard for you to make the money you need, especially if you're making money per hour. I'll just hop right in there. Tip number 1 is get 6 to 8 hours of sleep every night. 5.5 is honestly my minimum. Everyone's sleep numbers and how well they're sleeping and all that stuff is going to be different. So figure out what you need for your minimum effective dose for sleeping. And that will be a major benefit for you as far as like knowing what time you need to go to sleep at to achieve that time if you have to wake up by a certain time. Tip number 2, eating. What are you eating during your day? Especially what are you starting off? A lot of people don't like to eat when, they first wake up and things like that. I used to be that way, but I found clean foods. And same thing, I'm not a doctor. Any of this advice, I am not a doctor. I'm just letting you know what works best for me. I've taken 10 years analyzing this and trying to get better. Everyone might have their thing. Maybe you do like to eat some eggs, toast, or, your usual, a bigger breakfast or something like that. Now me, I have to do like chia seed, fruit and veggie pouch, a protein shake. I do a little fruit stick as well. And that's kind of my everyday morning routine. I feel clean, and I think whatever you're doing, you got to get something in your belly to use your brain power, especially if you're trying to solve complex problems. It is absolutely terrible to solve complex problems with a empty stomach. Tip number 3, stay hydrated. I drink a 12-ounce glass of water. Drinking water is good for you. I know there's like health benefits to drinking water in the morning. Again, I'm not a doctor or a health expert. I'm just telling you what works best for me, and I'm more of like a feeling type person. I do research and stuff like that, but I really like to listen to my body as well. And drinking water in the morning makes me feel good, especially like while I'm at the gym is when I usually go drink that water. And that leads into my next step number 4. After I do all those things, I go to the gym, and specifically I go to the gym to release cortisol. I work out for 20 minutes. I do 1 body part per day with 3 lifts at 4 sets of 20. I do 1 core workout, and then I should do cardio. I don't do cardio. And say you're not a workout person, that's fine. You can release cortisol in different ways as well. So 20 minutes at the gym, then I'm 10 minutes, I'm in the steam room, and I hit the steam room for 10 minutes straight. I bring water with me, and I stay hydrated, and I like sweat it out, release all that cortisol, and I really just try to shock my system as early as possible. Shocking your system makes, for me, the marketing day and my contract and freelance work just much easier. So once I've gassed myself, my steam room is extremely hot. So if you have a steam room you go to and it's not as hot, you can probably sit in there a little bit longer. But again, I think 10 minutes is the maximum you're supposed to sit in a steam room. So whatever your facility says you can use your steam room for, I'd follow the guidelines. But yeah, getting that cortisol out, I really push myself almost like Kobe mode. Making myself as uncomfortable as possible, as early as possible, makes the rest of the day a freaking ease. Then after I hit the steam room, so for step number 5, I go in and reset my nervous system, do my Wim Hof, and either cold plunge, cold bath, like ice bath, cold shower, really resets the nervous system. And especially after the steam room and you're that hot, it feels absolutely amazing. And by the end of that sequence, I am feeling extremely good. Now, no matter how bad you feel or whatever, that's just every single day, that's what I do. I consistently do those things. And the last thing I guess I will say is that if you find yourself being distracted, so in the middle of the day, you got to take your dog on a walk, you have to run these errands, you have to clean up your room, you have to clean up the house, you have to tidy up this, When I first got into marketing, contracting, or freelancing, I just always would find 10 million things to do before I got to it, because I'm a free soul. I have the time, but that really was those chores, those things. And I love walking my dog. I walk my dog every day, but you need to have times for those things, and it can't be when you determine that it needs to happen. So yeah, those are my major big tips around this. I guess last thing would be limit caffeine intake. Overall, I think those are like, if you were just asking me from a quick perspective, from a base point, we could get into mindset things. There's a lot of mindset things I do to compartmentalize and, feel the day with happiness and emotion while I'm doing my marketing work, and really understanding that, like, finding what drives you within this space. If this is what you love, which, like, for me, I don't know if I did love it at the beginning, but I compartmentalized so much, and I think I subconsciously, if I tricked myself, I don't even care what happened. But now I see it as I am a direct link to most of these businesses succeeding or failing, but just like not that I have the pressure of the world on my shoulders, but I can make them the next step. I can bring them in an extra $100,000 million a year. So I feel like I'm not losing any type of sleep over the fact that, like, I can help these people now, and it does feel amazing to, like, actually help small businesses succeed. So we'll stop it on that. If you have made it this far, thank you so much. Give us a like, subscribe, and leave us a comment if you have any video ideas. We also actually have a school.com community, which we are much more engaged in. We can answer your questions, and it's going to be a free group right now of marketing contractors. As you join the group, you can feel free to ask or answer questions as well. And we also have online courses in there. So school.com link in the description below. And we really appreciate you tuning in. I know this is not like our typical marketing video, like I said, but worthy for the ears, because how long can you sit in the chair, and do you feel comfortable sitting in your chair or your office space is a crucial key to succeeding like this. This is how I sit in the chair for 16 hours or however long. So, yep, we appreciate you. Thanks again. Catch you next time.